Alright, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Universe Rewind. I wanted to do this now that I have the means to do it. And we are here to watch Yuri Yamashita versus CM Punk. This happened in 2017, late 2017. And to give a little background on the storyline, the previous NXT champion, the first ever NXT champion, Tyler Wolf, was forced to vacate the championship due to injury in terms of the story. And we were crowning a new champion, so this was to determine who would be the second ever NXT champion. And I wanted to go back, rewind it, replay it, and just commentate over it. But I'm going to play it now. We're going to see. Really enjoyed this. And if we get anybody live, that'd be awesome, just to get reactions. So I'm using this by replaying the YouTube video that I had back then. So that's how we're doing this. Just wanted to rewatch it. This is actually the first time I'm rewatching this in months. This is one of my personal favorites. That chat being displayed is not the actual chat. That is the chat at the time, which is crazy on how many people were commenting. Or how many comments were being put down. It was crazy. Can't remember what the record is. I think it's close to 1,000, or we broke 1,000 comments in one stream. Definitely remember it being a pay-per-view. It's a long loading screen. There we go. I didn't want to play audio solely because of the fact that I didn't know for sure how my voice would be. Like how loud it'd be. So I know I talk over the audio of the game. There's Yuri. Wow. Back when they let you have the mask and the towel on the head. Yeah, they got rid of that in 2K19. They prevented you from having this combination where you can have the towel and the face mask. I was so mad. I was like, the signature look that I rock. Like, this is the signature attire I had Yuri rocking for like 4 seasons. I was so upset. Oh man. I really like that attire actually. I'd probably change up the material the look of the material now if I had that same attire. Man, you don't get that anywhere else. You do, but yeah, at this time, Yuri was a one-time NXT Tag Team Champion. So, he and Sin Cara beat myself and Mr. Samuel in an NXT Tag Team title match to win the belts, and then they dropped them. I can't remember to who. My memory's, for some reason, not being that sharp. And I brought in CM Punk on the downloads. I did not know if I was going to push him for belts or not, but I figured for this match, I was just going to shoot it. So I set up the match, build up, and then I just figured, okay, I'm going to play as Yuri, and then we'll just see what happens. We'll see who wins between the two. I kind of just wanted to let this fight go and see if I could put on a good match with it. As long as I determined a winner. I didn't want to draw. I didn't want to drag out the fact that the title was vacated. I wanted a definitive champion. There's the NXT animation. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted for that. I also was waiting for to see where the Iron Man match time was going to pop up. 15-minute Iron Man match. Depending on where the clock comes up, I'll put this back. Ah, it's on the other side. Cool. So I started off very slow paced here. Just going with the grappling moves. Back body chop. Yeah, so I wanted to work a slower paced match at the start. As I'm looking at this, I was thinking I wanted to go through the grappling motions for at least a minute. And then we started getting into the moves. I think what's a little underrated about these matches, when you look back at the older ones, is just how Punk's going over. Oh wait, who did I play out in this? Oh, I did play as Yuri. I was confused for a second. The roll-up pin. Cover. Oh. Ooh. It's close. It's close. Knife edge chop. Count. I'm already commentating this match. So I wanted to try to let Punk get some equal offense in early on. So the thing about trying to book or trying to do a match, especially in storyline, you're trying to at least balance it in some form or fashion. You're trying to get people into it. So if you're going to do a shoot fight like this, in the sense that you don't have a determined winner in your mind, you can judge it by the crowd, you can, or the live audience if you have one, or you go based on how you feel about the match. Once again, trying to work a slower pace at the start. Didn't want to rush anything. Didn't want to rush a fall. Because my mindset was, alright, try to get a fall late. Let's do the falls late. If we can get it in the final 5 minutes. And the first 10 minutes would be us trying to wear each other out. Good back elbow. Tweak the leg. Oh, cow. Punk's already got his signature. And I rolled out of the ring. That was smart. Taunting me. Yeah, I wanted to drag it out. Already got his signature, and I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's take a little bit of time here. It's a shame as you wait this long. 3 years later, almost going on almost 3 whole years. I think we're already at 3 years. You kind of forget a lot of things. What you were thinking in the match. Still a signature. I wanted to counter it. I was trying to go for my own, but I botched that. Punk took advantage, jumped me on the side. Which worked out well. The counters back and forth. There wasn't an overuse, too much of moves. Punk going for his signature again. and tries to land it, did not connect. I tried to go for the finisher and I dorked that up. It was a habit. And ooh, what a suplex. What an underhook. And then the rope break. Saved my life. Punk going up again. Except this time it wouldn't be a signature. Diving elbow. Yeah. Already 5 minutes in. So far we've worked a slow pace for the first 2 minutes. We've done damage to each other, but it's not like we're already critical. And neither of us have had a finisher or even a signature land in the first 5 minutes, which I think is pretty good. You don't want to. It depends on the match that you're trying to do. I didn't want to go out guns blazing right out of the gate. I want to try to slow down a bit. Punk countered me. Oh, that was good. I went for my finisher. He went for his after countering me. That was a good one. And then the first signature of the match is almost 6 whole minutes in. 1, 2, kick out. Just kick out at 2. And there you have it. That was the first signature of the match. Gosh, I cannot believe this was almost roughly 3 years ago. In God's Last Gift. So bam, there you have it. The first finisher of the match, over 6 minutes into the match. And you finally, now we have a kick out. After working a slow pace, you build up toward that momentum. You have a few counters from the finishers and signatures. And now I was like, okay, I'm going to use my comeback here to keep the excitement going, keep the momentum going of the match, because you have a fast set of sequence of moves right there. And it can keep the crowd engaged. And then I got my signature right back, so it was like an onslaught of moves. There was the Pele kick. And I'm talking, and I didn't want to have my commentary blasting, mainly because I don't like, when I rewatch, I don't like listening to myself commentate anyways. I just cringe in my soul. But that's personal opinion. I hate God's Last Gift. Oh, I went to the top rope to try to escalate it. Diving headbutt, I think. Missed it. Shot to the back. DDT. So this gave Punk his turn to return the favor. Because I went through a powerhouse of assaults. I blocked him. He rolled me up. That was actually really well done. I've probably only watched this back in full maybe like 3 times since it happened. I haven't watched it back many times, which is good. A lot of this is still fresh in my mind. Or, not fresh in my mind, which is good. I'm remembering things as I'm watching. Ooh. That roll up was good. 2. Ooh. I think at the time there was no down button yet, so you couldn't do an automatic kick out. So it was a bit more of a challenge to get a great match for me at the time. But there were some good ones. There were some good ones in the first 2 seasons. It was just very widespread. You didn't get as many. When they happened, they were quality content. Punk goes to the top again. He was looking for the diving elbow. I didn't want to give him the chance. Ref got him, and immediately I think I was thinking, all right, I'm going to engage him now. And just close like the crap out of him out of the ring. Oh my goodness. That was good. 6.5 minutes left. This was around the time that I was getting to the point where I was like, okay, we need to get a fall soon, but so far so good. And just, ooh, what a counter. So that's what I mean. He did a different form of a suplex, which I think was awesome. He didn't do the same simplistic moves. It was very difficult to get an Iron Man match, a really good Iron Man match, but when it happened, whew, I was so pumped for him. Yuri was really good at being the grappler early on. He was very consistent with his match quality. What a Pele kick again. 1, 2. Oh. And right around there. Like, this was around the perfect time because I was thinking, all right, around 5 minutes, and I've got my finisher. I was thinking, okay, I can get a fall. Worst case scenario, Punk gets one back on me, and then I can just do it again. And instead, he countered this, and I was like, oh crap, okay, all right, here we go. And then I wanted to counter. Once I saw that counter, I was like, let's do it. Critically countered him. He still has his signature, so it's still a close call. And what's great is he hasn't even hit the GTS yet. I think, if I remember my count right now, I think I hit 2 finishers. The first one didn't even get him. The second one, I decided to elevate it and go to the top turnbuckle and not go for the cover. So there hasn't been an overuse so far. Like, it hasn't been a spamming of finishers too much. It's only been 2 finishers being used. Punk turns me around, German suplex. Dang, different suplex. This AI is smart. I love when everything goes right and you can just watch it back and go, man, that was really good. He's just targeting my leg, and now he's going for the GTS. Now he's going for the go to sleep. He got me up. I had nothing. I was like, no, there's no way. That might be it. The GTS was awesome. That animation. I couldn't believe I got the count. I can't. Kicking out of that. It was good. Forearm. I think this is when people are like, based upon if you look at the momentum, unless CM Punk countered me, it didn't look like I was probably going to get it. With how much time was left, my momentum was higher than his. I don't know what people were thinking, but I don't know because I've never been the viewer. I've always been the guy doing the match, so I don't know what people think when they look back at this or when they're watching the matches. How if they think it's predictable or not, based upon like momentum, reverse. I don't know if people look at that stuff. It's figured out, but personally, I would have been probably looking at that. Oh snap! Oh, I forgot about that roll up. Oh, 1, 2. I think at this point I was kind of like, okay, we need a fall. We need a fall. Sometimes I would utilize the roll ups because there might not be a big action sequence, so you do a quick roll up to get people engaged. Like, oh, there's their attention. Sometimes you'll get the pinfall. Other time, it depends on the situation. Sometimes I'll let it go to have a surprise win, or sometimes, or most of the time, it would just be to be a quick engagement for the fans to keep them in the match, keep their focus on, because there's another pinfall attempt without a finisher. You didn't want to overuse the finishers. There's Pele kicks or those signature kick out. Loved Yuri's moveset. I countered it. That was wild. I thought he was going for his finisher here. I thought he was going for the GTS, so I countered that. I picked him up, he countered me, and I was like, ah, crap. Like, this is it. And then he got me with the Anaconda Vice. I thought he was going to hit me with the GTS here, but instead he went for the Anaconda, which worked out, because I was just like, alright, I haven't taken enough damage to the head. I can make it out of it. Just a quick breakout. Now we have a minute and a half left. So you feel the clock winding down. Punk just drops the neck breaker. Got in a minute and a half, and I think I was at the point where I saw my momentum, and I'm thinking, okay, I either have to reverse Punk to get a finisher, or I have to somehow get my momentum up in a minute and get the finish. So I think right here, I counter this, if I remember right, because I'm looking for the finish. Yeah. And then, yeah, I went for the Pele kick because I was thinking it was quicker. No, I went for the back elbow. Interesting. And then I went for the spot again. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Pele kick. I was thinking, alright, that's it. Cover. 1, 2, and he kicked out, and I'm like, what? No way. All right, we'll hit him with the finisher. We still got time. 20 seconds. 20 seconds left. I can do it. I can do it. God's last gift. And I didn't go for the pin immediately because I'm thinking I still have time. I wanted to drag out the time a few more seconds. 2, 3. And the only imperfection was that little bit. Wish that was the only thing I would have changed. And there you have it. Yuri became the second ever NXT champion in Universe Mode history. Oh, man. I had so much fun in this match. It feels short when you look back at it, or at least when I look back at it. It feels short, but it's so good. Personally, I liked it so much. I can't believe that was one of the early, really good matches. And there were some gems in here. If you look back at season 1 and 2, you might find some good matches. I mean, we look at Universe Mode now with season 5, 6, and 7. And you could probably pick out a couple dozen in those 3 seasons. But for me, it was really those gems that you had in your early episodes were just unforgettable. And this was one of those. One of my personal favorites. It's in my top 5 favorite matches of all time. Just because it didn't need a big arc story. It didn't need some overall giant narrative to help set up the match. It was just 2 guys trying to compete to become the second ever champion. And they just went out there and had a great match. And it came down to the very last couple seconds. I think that from a match point, I couldn't ask for a better match for this belt. I'm so glad that it happened that way. But yeah, I want to thank everybody who tuned in live, and if you watch it later on, let me know what you think down below. And by the way, if you have any suggestions, if you have a personal favorite match that you want me to do, just like in this format where I rewatch it, feel free to comment down below. Put down your suggestion because I've already got 1 or 2 guys trying to queue up their requests for me in the next 2. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, of course, if you choose. But most importantly, and as always, suit up, Mad Army. I'll see you all in the next video.